Hello and welcome to Physics 101. I'm Robert Austin, your facilitator for this course. My contact information is right below this video. I've created this video to hopefully help you get started on the right foot in this course. So the first place you want to go, I would imagine, is the current week's module. So under that, there's an area where you can meet your faculty and peers. So let's take a look at that. I've already posted a brief biography of myself here. So I encourage you to say as much or as little as you're comfortable telling your classmates and myself about you. It's totally optional. So if you don't want to do this, that's fine. But if you do, please tell us as much about yourself as you'd like. And then the next thing is the weekly discussion. There's often a lot of confusion about this. So what you find is a discussion topic with a multi-part question. You're supposed to answer this in 175 words or more by Thursday of the current week. So this is the first week. Today is February 14th. That means by midnight, Thursday, the 17th of February, you should post your answer to this if you don't want to be late. Okay, so that's 11:59 p.m. Phoenix time on Thursday. So get your response in by that time. In addition, you're supposed to post 2 replies to your classmates' responses. And, it says, be constructive and professional. They're supposed to be substantive. I don't count words on your replies, but a good rule of thumb is 75 words or more. And just read the student response and give a reply addressing certain things that the response brought up. Don't just say, oh, I agree, or you have a nice last name, or whatever, things like that. Read the response and comment intelligently on it. All right. Now there's really 2 assignments in Mastering Physics. Mastering Physics is the area where you're supposed to work through exercises, answer questions. And you can ignore these links here. What you're supposed to do then is to go up here where it says Mastering Physics Assignments. Click there. And as you see already for the first week, and I give the due date, now it should show up for your time zone. Okay, so it's due by midnight, the 22nd of February. That's Phoenix time. I'm on Eastern time. So that would be 2 a.m. Tuesday. It's due by midnight Monday. So that's Tuesday in my time zone at 2 a.m. Depending on where you live, you'll probably see a different time and date. So there's 4 assignments here. I encourage you to do all of them. But the ones that really show up in the grade book are the textbook exercises and the lab. When you complete these, don't expect them to show up automatically in the grade book. I have to transfer those grades over. So in fact, even if you complete the exercises early, well before the due date, you may see them appear as marked as late. And that's only because I would not have yet transferred the scores over to the grade book. Don't let that worry you. All the information about what you did and when you did it is in Mastering Physics. I have to transpose the scores or move the scores over into the Blackboard grade book. I usually do that a few days after the assignment is due. Okay, so under learning activities is where you find your reading assignments. So these are the links to the chapters, several chapters to read for the first week. So, if you click that, It'll open the textbook, Conceptual Physics. So please read through it. Now, I just encourage you to, everyone has their own studying method, but what works for me is to skim carefully the first time and then start working exercises and go back and read more carefully those parts of the text that apply to those exercises. I mean, that's the way you learn physics. There's questions at the end of each chapter, but none of those are assigned, so you can ignore them. I mean, if you're curious, you can read them and try to answer them, but they are not part of your assignment, okay? So these are the questions at the end of the chapter. But just remember, you don't have to worry about these. You don't have to answer these. Also, for your perhaps your amusement, I've added some, in this case, only one applet. Sometimes I add more, but there's an applet here that introduces you to Newton's laws of motion. So I encourage you to take a look at that. Okay, it has different parts, so you can play around with those different sections of the applet. And that's really all you need to worry about. If you have questions about anything you read, or if you're stuck on a problem, or if something doesn't seem to be working, you can go here to the course questions. And ideally, you take a screenshot of your question, I'll just, for example, take a screenshot here. And then you can save that screenshot and paste it into, I'm not going to do it now, it would take too much time. Paste it into a message and then ask it here. And then I or your fellow classmates can help you. Okay. And I guess the last thing I want to mention is there's a study area. And in that study area are several videos to watch. Again, these aren't required, but a lot of them are very informational and actually entertaining. So please take a look at those if you can. Also, in your reading, you may notice that there's some interactive figures in the text, but they're not interactive within the text. You have to go here and find them. And not all the interactive figures pointed out in the text are available here, but several of them are. So, you don't really need to worry about them, but, it's good to look at the few that are available. And that's really all I had to say right now. Oh, well, I always have more, don't I? So actually, the last thing I want to point out is I've created a link here for a meeting. So I intend every Thursday to have a live meeting. The meetings are always going to be at 9 p.m. unless stated otherwise on Thursday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any question about when that meeting is in your time zone, just click on the link before the meeting starts. It'll tell you that it hasn't started yet, but it'll also give you the date and the time in your time zone. So, like I've said before, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so the meeting will begin at 9 p.m. If I were in Phoenix, it would say 7 p.m. on February 17th. Okay, so take a look at that. And that's all I really have to say right now. I hope I didn't take too much of your time, and I'll see you in class.